to Beyond Face Youth Company's video series on performance poetry, Free to Speak. I'm Charice, I'm the Youth Company practitioner, and over the next few weeks I'll be working with our lovely Emily.
Hey guys, I'm Emily and I'm one of the theatre practitioners for Beyond Face.
So you're probably wondering what actually is performance poetry, but it's pretty much what it says on the tin. It's poetry in performance, but that doesn't mean it has to be really dramatic or long, and it doesn't even need an audience. It's just writing to capture those really intensely felt moments or experiences, but writing with the element of performance in mind. Because there's something about the rhythm and kind of musicality of poetry in performance which brings writing to life and helps it leap off the page, even if you're writing about something super soft and mellow.
So what we call performance poetry is basically like a mashup of different genres and art forms using rhythm. So it could be rap, it can be beatboxing, it can be music, it can be stand-up comedy, theatre, literally anything, you name it.
So because a lot of us are introduced to poetry at school, where most of the poems you study are written by people that we don't really have much in common with, it makes it feel like you wouldn't ever be able to write a poem like William Wordsworth or Shakespeare, but we just don't need to.
I remember in English having to remember all these fancy words like anaphora or enjambment.
Same sis, honestly. But you know, Wordsworth didn't sit down and think, I'll work with hyperbole today. You know, he just had a really intimate experience with nature and tried to capture it in a way that was truest to him and his experience.
Yeah, I mean, writing a floaty poem about daffodils isn't exactly groundbreaking, is it? But I'm glad he still did it. It was something lovely to remember.
Okay, where to begin? Let's start by brainstorming 4 people who inspire you and 1 or 2 experiences that you've had with each of them.
Okay, so if I was to pick 3 people, like my mum, my best friend and Viola Davis, and for those of you who don't know, she's an amazing actor. I love her to bits. So if I was to pick her, I'll pick a memory, which is after watching one of her films, I pretended this is a safe space, guys, but I pretended my pillow was her. So if I want, and started talking to my pillow. So yeah, so you pause the video now and write down some stuff and start it when you're done.
Cool, so hopefully you have a nice little pool of ideas to draw from. And now we're going to do some free writing. So free writing is an exercise that anyone can do, and it's just writing whatever comes out of your head. Like no filters, no standards. If it doesn't even, it doesn't even have to make sense. And if you're suddenly stuck, you can literally just write stuck until something changes.
Okay, so using one person and an experience, I want you to free write for 3 minutes. I know, don't overthink it, and again, don't overthink it. You can do this. So if you've got time on, you can start it now, or you can just pause the video. Okay, so how was that? I know free writing can be difficult for some people because it's all about letting go and not overthinking, but don't worry, read what you've got so far and try not to overthink it and judge. It might sound pretty weird.
Now go back through it and look for any images that struck you. Is there an image that ended really quickly maybe that could be expanded on a lot more? Is there an image that made you laugh or feel emotion in your chest or your gut, or just kind of had you feeling some type of way?
Okay, so I also did one myself, and the phrase "February pep talks from my pillow" really stood out for me.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay, so pick one like Emily has and think of it as a little gift that can offer you more gifts when you open it. So using one of them as a starting point, you're now going to write 6 to 12 lines that open and finish with that same image or phrase. Yeah?
So for me, I might open mine with "February pep talks from my pillow," and then I can end it with "Our laughter sends feathers around the bedroom." So for you, take 5 minutes to write 6 to 12 lines. You can pause the video now and press play when you're done.
Did you find some little gifts? You know, I like thinking of it in that way because it becomes a practice of seeing what your intuition can already offer you. Like, we underestimate our experiences and the wealth of our experiences so much. And, you know, our creations don't always have to be about us, by the way. I mean, you guys started this by thinking about people that inspire you, but we gain more creatively when we connect to ourselves first and just like listen to what's or who's inside of us. Yeah.
Okay, so now you hopefully written something down, read that loud. Because reading out loud is the best way and easiest way to start editing. In that way you can hear what bits work, what bits doesn't, what bits sound clunky, what bits need to be taken out, or what bits need to be further expressed.
Is there a particular sound that you could stress to draw more attention to that moment? You know, Emily's final line has 2 F sounds in it, which are quite calming, like F as in feathery and soft and floaty and fly. So, you know, just to take time to emphasize that bit in performance would really capture the softness and closeness of the experience, you know, even if she's talking about her pillow.
So for me, our laughter sends feathers around the bedroom.
So those are just some of the ways that we can begin thinking about developing your work. But in terms of getting started, you guys have done loads already. So you've been brainstorming, you've been working from memory and thinking about other people, you've done free writing, you have even composed material for yourself to work from, and you can keep developing on those with the questions and provocations that we've given you. But, you know, don't think that today you've achieved, you know, writing a poem. It's more the fact that you've been through like 4 or 5 creative processes, and that is an amazing achievement. So well done, and we'll join you in our next video where we'll get further into some stuff on rhythm and rhyme. Thanks very much. Bye!